Hey, welcome to StrictlySega this week. I'm Charlie, and that is Nick. And Tommy.
Hey.
Tommy!
Hey guys, welcome to the show.
So, we were talking about this week's episode, and Tommy's been begging for so long now to have his own little StrictlySega segment.
You know you want to.
So what we've decided to do is give him his 15 seconds.
Yeah.
But he's been talking about some sort of birthday surprise thing that he's not going to tell us about. But all that's later on in the episode. So what we've decided to do is just do our own thing. And what are we talking about this week, John?
Well, this week we're doing D. D by Kenji Eno, who was the head of Warp. And it was another Acclaim game distributed by Acclaim. They just, during their pump out season, where they just bought everything up and just slammed it back out from the 3DO onto a Saturn. It was a game that was overlooked often when people think of survival horror games, don't they?
Like Resident Evil and stuff
Exactly.
like that. But this game really predated a lot of those. So let's get into it. Let's have a look. Warp didn't do so well as they mostly concentrated on interactive cinema in a time when there was a flooded market of it. They begun to make games for the 3DO with a couple of mild successes, but D was their big effort. Now, the game was very story-based, so let's take a look at the intro.
So we are now inside Dr. Harris's head, and proceeding our way through solving puzzles and challenges. The gameplay can feel a bit slow, but it's set that way to keep you involved in the mood of the game. It's set on rails, sort of like Myst, but with video to show the steps in between, like Toriko.
Laura. 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 This is your father. Laura, go back. You must not cross over to this side. This is another world born of my own mind. Laura, go back. Come further and your world will be closed off from you. Laura,
So basically it's a matter of getting your way through the game, spotting clues and solving puzzles, usually with things that you find in other places in the game. Worth noting is this small mirror compact that you have in your inventory. It gives you 3 clues before it shatters. These really help you get through the game, they're really helpful. Now, D was originally made for the 3DO. It had very impressive graphics for the time, and a lot of work was done on making the camera movements look as realistic as possible. but even back then it was noticeable that her face didn't really move that much, which was a shame because her face was the only real thing that you could get a feel of the moods and emotions she was going through and the real suspense of the scene. Also, in parts of the game, the movements just didn't seem fluent. They looked a bit forced. But D is all about environment and atmosphere. Plugging your 3DO or Saturn into some nice big speakers, turning the lights down low, helps really immerse yourself in this game's atmosphere. It's a pity some of the voice acting wasn't done as well as some of the other things in this game.
Sadly, neither the 3DO or D sold that great in America, or Australia for that matter, and Acclaim took it upon themselves to re-release D on PC-DOS, the Sega Saturn, and the PlayStation 1. The Sega Saturn version is the one you're looking at.
My god, guys, this game is so slow. And short. I mean, can't this game be fully completed in under half an hour? Now, come on now, tell me. This is Strictly Sega, isn't it? And what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Sega? Well, that's right. And unlike that slow thing you call a game, gaming should be all about having fun with speed. This week is Sonic's birthday. So let's go take a look where it all began, shall we?
This is the underside one. Please turn over the record and place the stylus at the beginning of side 2.